Evening everyone, many thanks indeed for calling through on Thursday evening and welcome to my channel. This is Peter Sandry speaking to you on a Thursday night, previewing racing for Friday. We're going to frying tonight, as they say, fish and chip night, music night. It's all coming on Friday night, and it all came last week on Friday nights as well, because I gave you a lovely 7-1 winner at the meeting at Newcastle and a 16-1 each way at Newcastle. 2 bets, 2 payouts, including that 7-1 winner, TASHGEEL. And I can tell you, tomorrow night, on Friday night, I've got a 10-1 and a 16-1 chance, both running at Gosforth Park. And I shall be giving you both of those horses in a moment or two, along with another one at Newcastle, which is a straight win bet on the nose, the old crossbow straight down the neck there. And I'll give you that horse in a moment as well. That one is very much expected to win and not be back in that each way. It'll be straight on the nose to win. And if you think that's enough, it's not. Because Dundalk takes centre stage, and I've got 2 big free bets for you there, a 12-1 and a 20-1, both on the all-weather at the sand at Dundalk, and that's without a question a meeting I've had more winners, big price winners, than any other tipster in the country. And it doesn't matter who they are, whether journalists, media men, tipsters, irrelevant. I've tipped more on these channels than anyone else, guaranteed. And I've been on these channels for 2.5 years, and in that time I've picked untold winners. We're at Dundalk, but over in Ireland, average price 10-1. And that's what we've got again tomorrow, a 12-1 and 20-1 at Dundalk. And if that's not enough, let me just top that up a bit more, with a horse at Sligo in a handicap for the first time on a 16-1 chance, who has got a big chance, 16-1 in a handicap for the first time. So there we go, 6 of the best. I've got a big 6-timer here, and say 3 at Newcastle, 3 over there in the Republic of Ireland, of course, lovely old Emerald Isle. And I'll be marking your card on all those 6, all free of charge, during the next transmission this time, coming up right now. So this is a telecast with 6 horses on it, and I hope you're going to enjoy these very much indeed. Well, I hope you also enjoyed that nice 10-1 winner today, FENLAND Tiger, on a horse at Carlisle, was backed in from 10s into 5s. Told you all about that. That was one of my Noah's Ark bets. I give it you free of charge. Usually a members only bet, but I'm sure they wouldn't have minded me giving it as a special treat. And it won at 10-1 to 5-1. It's the service where I back 2 in one race, both double-digit prices usually, and basically they win. As simple as that. Over a long period of time, you just keep winning and winning and winning and winning. These are races where I fancy 2 horses against the field, and they both ran really well over and over again. And that's the same what's said in the Silver Cup at Ayr, when I picked 18-1 and 25-1 first and second. First and second, and I give you free of charge. If you check the video vault, you'll find them. A horse called Dusky Lord, 18-1 into 14-1, won it, and I predicted the win, and also predicted the second, a horse called Woven, and that was in the Tote Silver Cup about 4 Saturdays ago at Ayr. And that was another complimentary bet, which was a Noah's Ark bet. So I give you 2 complimentary Noah's Ark bets. There isn't one tonight because there's no Noah's Ark bet tomorrow. They're not every day. They can't be. They are amazing, and they do have a fantastic strike rate, and they're all big prices, but they're not every day. And that's what the members are cashing in on. And over a period of time, it's absolutely milking the bookmakers dry on those big price winners. I'll let you know when the next one is. I'll let you know when the next Noah's Ark bet is. Could be Saturday, I don't know. If there's one on Saturday, I'll tell you all about it tomorrow night on this channel, of course. But a great winner there, FENLAND Tiger. I didn't mess about on the broadcast last night. I said it would win, and it did. Simple as that. And that followed up another 18-1 winner, which I said would win. That was in the Silver Cup. Right, we need to get on. We've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot happening on Friday night. It's music night, it's fish and chip night, it's date night, it's whatever you want it to be. I'm going to start with one at Sligo, then I'll go on to the Dundalk 2. And then I'll go over to Newcastle for the all-weather special, where last Friday night I picked a winner called TASHGEEL, which won at 7-1. I think it was 15-2 actually, down to 100-30, and absolutely bolted up on the stand rail, come through really late and swift, and got us a nice winner. I only picked 2 horses that night at Newcastle. One won at 15-2 into 130, and the other one was each way, a horse called Come On John, which placed at 16-1. So that was a lovely evening at the track there. Right, let's get on. 4:45 at Sligo. How do you fancy this one? It's number 4. It's called Who's Houdini. Who's Houdini, trained by John Joseph Hanlon and ridden by Shane FENLAND. Sounds like a pop star, doesn't he? Shane FENLAND. Well, Shane's riding this 6-year-old, and he's rode it before. He rode it about 3 outings ago, and Shane claims a valuable £7. Now, whilst not the most, household name of all time, Shane FENLAND, he did ride 7 winners last year, and he hasn't had a winner this year from 58 goes at the Cherry. But he could win on this one. And very, very astute trainer, John Joseph Hanlon. And Shane FENLAND has been booked to ride. As I say, he rode this horse at Tremor when it finished 4th of 13. That was back in August. This time it's in a handicap for the first time. So the gelding goes in a handicap for the first time. And I do believe this very astute trainer has got an opportunity of landing a big prize here, or a big fish, that's for sure, with a 16 to 1. Number 4, Who's Houdini. 19 runners go to post, and they pay out first 4, first 5. And I think this horse has got a great chance, I really do. So Sligo, 4:45. The horse to be on is Who's Houdini. And it's number 4 on your song sheet in the 4:45 at Sligo. There we go. 19 runner, bit of a cavalry charge. They're going to go lickety split, but it's got a good chance at a big price in the handicap for the first time. Number 16, gone. Number 4, Who's Houdini. There we go. First bet of the night. Okay, moving on to Dundalk. That's the home of the big price winners for me. I've tipped so many big winners at Dundalk. So many, I can tell you. And I've got 2 big opportunities running on Friday night for you now. The first one is about a 12 to 1 poke. The bookies are just looking at the odds checker. They're very slow going up. But apparently one bookmaker's put it in at 11, 12 to 1. So in the 5:30 at Dundalk, the first one of this double header I've got for you is a horse, I think it's got 9 zeros next to its name. No. I think it might have a 1 next to its name after tomorrow night. And the times I've said that and the times it's happened has been unbelievable. And it just has. But it's true. Now then, number 9, it's called War Hero, trained by James Macaulay. Now, this horse is running off a low mark of 6.0 blind 60 in a 47 to 70 rated handicap. And there's no doubt about it that this horse is ready to strike. 6 of 14 last time out. Same jockey rode it, claiming 7. He claims 4 tomorrow night on Friday night. But it ran really well when 6 of 14 behind a horse called Towers On. And that was in a handicap at this meeting, at this track, as I say. That was just a week ago. And I think last Friday night, was a sighting mission. It went off at 12s. The time before that, it was 66s. It's had no form to its name as such. 9 zeros. This lad who gets on with it all right, he's rode it 3 times out of the last 5. And I'm on it. Number 9, War Hero. I can't tell you all I know about this horse, but all I do know, and what I do know, is it's ready to win. So number 9, War Hero. It's off a really low mark of 60. It has run in claiming company before, never been sighted, but it's in a handicap on Friday night, and I think it's going to go very close to winning, and I'll be very disappointed if it doesn't almost win. Number 9, War Hero. Last time up, the same jockey, never moved a muscle on it. Never moved a muscle over the 7 furlongs. It's going over the same trip, and I think it's got an absolutely blinding chance. Big price as well, 12 to 1 to your money. It won't start that price. I've got nearly 2,000 people calling in, tuning into this line. Of course, there's no way that's going to go off at 12 to 1. It's a get on early job, get on early, and I do like it very much indeed. It's potentially thrown in. It's like riding bareback here. Off a mark of 60, that really is very low indeed. It's got the claimer on board claiming 4 as well. It's almost riding with nothing in the saddle at all. And I think this horse, who won off 65 at Downpatrick, it won off a mark of 65 at Downpatrick. That was a really good run last year. And, to say that it's running off 60 now and a claimer on board as well tells you how well handicapped this horse is. As I say, in my eyes, this one, if it performs to its best, then it's got to go close. Number 9, War Hero, about 12 to 1 to your money. There's no telling what price this could start. I think it's going to be a big gamble in the 5:30 at Dundalk. That'll do me, and that'll do you. It's your second bet of the night. It's the second Irish bet of the night. Leaving one more Irish to give you, then I'll zoom over to Newcastle and bang these three at Goffers Park into you. 10 to 1, 16 to 1, and a straight win bazooka down the middle, crossbow down there. Right, let's get on. 6 o'clock at Dundalk. Can't wait to get to Newcastle. 6 o'clock at Dundalk. Should we just slow it down a tad? I'm sort of galloping away and going like the clappers, aren't I? No, hang on. It's a 16-runner race, the 6 o'clock at Dundalk. And this horse is one I've tipped before. I've tipped it a couple of times and it's not struck. I have backed it in the past and it's won. But I'm into it tomorrow and I'm going in quite big, I tell you that. I think the horse needed the run last time up when it raced at the Curragh. It finished halfway down the pack, 16th of 30 runners. And I think that this filly has got an absolutely blinding chance. 20 to 1, I believe it's been put in on the tissue. And I think it's got to go close. It really has. It's number 11. It's called Marky Vitz. Marky Vitz. As I say, I've tipped it before and it hasn't struck. I've tipped it before and it hasn't struck. But it's just a matter of when. It's a bit like me getting a lucky 15 up 4 big ones for you. It's just when. It's not if. It's when. And this Markiewicz is another one. You know, it's got to go close. Number 11, Markiewicz, trained by Sheila Lavery. Very much one to be on. It's running off a really low mark of 51. It's been dropping down the handicap all year. And, you know, it's ready. And then this weight, you know, off a mark of 51, it's carrying nothing. And it's just like that other horse I've just given you, War Hero. Very well handicapped indeed. Markiewicz won earlier in the year. It won at the Curragh. It won a 30-runner race. And I was on it that day. It won a 30-runner race off a mark of 49. Right. That was a 30-runner, real big handicap at the Curragh. Now it's running in a very, very ordinary handicap at Dundalk off a very low mark of just 51. You get where I'm coming from? It's ready. It's very ready. Number 11, Markiewicz. Each way, got to go close, and it's in a 16-runner race. The bookies are going to be paying first 4. You may get enhanced prices as well for places, and I'll leave that one with you. Very, very strong on that. Very sweet on both of them Dundalk horses, and I also like that Sligo as well. That's that's been got ready, no question about that, and it's in an handicap for the first time. It could make a mockery of it. It could come last, but it could make a mockery over the handicap as well. And when you're on 16 to 1 about a horse which could be potentially thrown in and make a mockery of it, you know, heads or tails, isn't it? It either makes a mockery of it or it pulls up. 16 to 1 is not an even money heads or tail, red or black, if you know where I'm coming from. If it's there, it can win by a mile. Right, let's go to Newcastle and talk business there, shall we? Got a couple of nice big ones here for you. 10 to 1 and 16 to 1. Just before I give you them two, let me just take you to a win bet in the 7:45 race. I thought this horse might be a tiny bit bigger price, but they put it in at 94, 9 to 4. And I don't blame them because I think the horse is very unexposed. It could be anything. I think it's going to be too good for these. It's number 4. It's called Capital Offence. Costs 88,000 as a yearling. Trained by Ed Bethel, ridden by Rowan Scott. It's had 3 sighting missions to get a handicap mark. And it runs in a nursery, a real stinking race, only £3 in prize money, 0 to 60, not much more than a glorified seller. Number 4, Capital Offence, a straight win bet, got the blinkers on for the first time as well. Showed a lot of speed last time up, went 4th on its 3rd run at Pontefract. Went off at 20 to 1 and 20 to 1 the time before. But incidentally, the first time it ran, it went off at 2 to 1 favourite. Danny Tilbo rode it. The times I say his name wrong, I'll have to, Danny Tudhope. Danny Tudhope. I'll tell you a joke about that soon. Well, not tonight. That would get too long, but it's a good joke. It's a good joke. It is funny. Number 4, Capital Offence. Anyway, win bet. Straight on the nose. It's the crossbow. Down the middle. Bullseye. Number 4, Capital Offence. That's the one there. Now then, these two big ones at Newcastle, the 5:15. I like the look of Richard Fires here. They've put this in at 16 to 1. And I'd give you a 20 to 1 winner of Richard Fires last Saturday. Horse called FURZIG. I tipped it and it won at 20s on this channel, free of charge, 20 to 1 winner from the Fahey stable. And I think this could go close. Crown Thorpe, it's called. Crown Thorpe. For a mark of 72. It looks well in, I tell you. Ridden by the man who goes to pull these big winners out the hat, and that's Oisin James Orr. Number 6, Crown Thorpe. Each way, I like it. It's running off a low mark, just 72. Dropped in grade here to a 0 to 75. Well, it's got to go close. Got to go close. Big price, big chance. Great trainer, Richard Fahey. Number 6, Crown Thorpe, each way. That'll do me. And got to be thereabouts, and it could be a big gamble as well, that one. That's Richard Fahey also there. Crown Thorpe in the 5.15, which leaves one more to go. And I'll give you this, and then I'm back to you at 6 o'clock. I'm actually going to come back before that because we've got some big bets running, including marquee bets at 6 o'clock. So I'll probably be on about 4:30 tomorrow, 4:30, and then I'll mark your card on everything what's going to be happening on Saturday. And I may be having a Noah's Ark bet after an 18 to 1 winner and 10 to 1 free winner. I may be going again on Saturday. So stand by your bed. You don't want to be missing that. And I'll come on early because these bets are being, really well hit now by the punters. Nearly 2,000 people phoning in and tuning in. So, get on early is the answer to it. Get on early and maximise your profits. Okay, so one more to give you, and then I'll love you and leave you until tomorrow at 4:30 for that Friday early message for Saturday's action. But I want to take you to the 7.15, the 7.15 at Newcastle. And a trainer I'm very familiar with is Carl Burke, who's trained horses for me in the past. And he's got a horse here, number 6. It's called Heathcliff's Girl. It's ridden by Pierre-Louis Germain. Well, this horse is another one that Carl's not managed to get a win out of yet. It's a maiden, but I think he might get one out tomorrow. It's a big price, around about 10 to 1. And I think she's got a really good chance. It's a very ordinary affair. It's a nursery, 0 to 60. It's only £3 in prize money. And I like the look of this. Number 6, Heathcliff's Girl. And very, very fancied indeed. Got the cheek pieces on. It's wore it the last couple of times. And wore them last couple of times. I think she's got a really, really good chance. As I say, I do like this horse a lot. I think Burke likes it a lot. And I think it's got to go close. Number 6, Heathcliff's Girl. Another huge price one, 10 to 1 to your cash. And there we go. So some big ammunition there. Who's Houdini? 4.45 at Sligo. Well, Tony Curtis was Houdini, wasn't he? Played him in the movie. Marky Witt, 6 o'clock at Dundalk for Sheila Lavery. A lot of time for Sheila and a lot of time for that horse. War Hero, like the look of that. Really strong. 5.30 Dundalk, 12 to 1. Extremely well handicapped. Potentially running bareback, running free. Capital Offence straight on the nose to win. 7.45 at Newcastle. Been very, very lightly let in by the assessor there. It could be totally different class to them. 88 grand as a yearling. Ed Bethel trains. I like it. Heathcliff's Girl for the old Carl Burke. Get in there, my son. And the old double act. Burke and Fahey with Crown Thorpe. 2 former jump jockeys, Carl Burke and Richard Fahey. Now 2 top trainers and 2 great guys. 5.15 Newcastle, number 6, Crown Thorpe. There we go. All done and dusted. All ready to go. Let's have a big day, eh? Let's have an absolute blinder on Friday. And then Saturday cometh. And that's when we're really going to go for gold. I'm looking forward to it. Have a fantastic day. Go get 'em.